All right. 4-color pod, Vannifar Chord, the fairy pod mother. Can my love for Modern be rekindled via terrible creature toolbox decks? Having a Vannifar plus a 1-drop combo kill them is pretty good. We do some of the tricky Kiki Chord things. You got some Eldritch Evolutions. This deck's basically doing everything I want to be good in Modern. We 3-2'd it last time and felt okay, so let's try it again. Colin, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Slacker, 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Milla, that's so many months. 37 is a lot. Thanks for sticking around. The answer is a strong maybe. I mean, to be fair, I really feel like this deck is probably gonna fall under like good enough for me that I'll end up playing it if I if I go playing like I think Nerd Rage is having a Modern tournament in May or June that I might go play in, and if I go, I'll probably find cards for this. 'Cause it's sweet. Yeah, I don't know if Lotus Cobra Rallier is a place I want to be in life. Kitchen Finks gets a lot better when you have access to both Evolution and Prime Speaker Vannifar. And we're playing 8 1-mana dorks in this list, which makes Finks better, so I kind of like leaning on Finks in this list. Scott, thanks for cashing in those Bezo bucks this way. Again, I appreciate it. Welcome. Good morning. This deck is very sweet. Hey, Zero. Welcome. Good morning. Thanks for the prime. Hope you're having a good one. This hand is wonderful. Listen, as someone who has, gosh, I need to find my birds of paradise. Are they in this backpack? Are my birds in this backpack? I might have my birds on hand. I always talk about my altered birds, and then people ask me to show them, and I never do, but I think I actually have them on hand. Are they in here? Oh, they are. Are they? Nope. There's a Chord of Calling, a Restoration Angel, and a Kiki-Jiki. Jeff owns physical magic cards that might actually be kind of worth something. I don't think they're actually worth anything. Where are they? There they. There's my birdies. There's my birdies. Look at my birds. Have you heard about my birds? I said a bird. Bird's the word. I said a bird. For people that don't know why these are pretty, this artwork doesn't come in non-foil English black bordered. So this is technically an altar. Oh look, we're dying to Valakut Titan. Yay, Modern. I do love my birdies. All right, well now we're just going Wall of Omens bird. It's funny if we'd have been on the play here, we might have actually been able to race them, but we're not gonna have lethal till turn 4, which is probably too slow. My favorite bird artwork. Yeah, when I sold all my Kiki Chord stuff, I was planning on putting a frame. I have a framed Spellstutter Sprite, and I have a framed Glissa the Trader, and I was planning to get these 3 framed together at some point, but we just haven't had time to get around to it. 2K USD. No. I have this thing called a mortgage. So I don't have that much worth of extra cards. This is like what, like 30 or 40 bucks worth of cards tops. Stevo Bandito. So next turn, Primeval Titan, I think, can kill Vannifar. Good morning, Red Mage Frank. Hey, Wiggles. I'm working on a deck to submit as 2 colors. Okay, I know you seem to primary. Yeah, 2 colors is great. And thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Yeah, definitely. It's just people tend to like building 3-color decks. So if they just cast a Primeval Titan here, they're dead. Right? Because this, they already played their land for the turn. And this gets 2 Valakuts, and then we kill them next turn with the Vannifar chain. I believe they're dead. I believe they didn't kill us on 4, and we're going to kill them on our turn 4. Which is, again, why this build... They already played their land, right? Yeah, good, sweet. Alright, so they're dead. So this is how you combo kill from Vannifar +1 drop. So, Vannifar pods Bird and gets Scryb Ranger. And then Scryb Ranger untaps this. And then we pod Scryb Ranger into Renegade Rallier. Hey, Pengu Power, thanks for the 35 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And then Renegade Rallier returns Scryb Ranger to play. No, I like matching basics. Thank you. And then Scryb Ranger untapped Vannifar. And then Vannifar pod Scryb Ranger again into Deceiver Exarch. And Deceiver Exarch untaps Vannifar. And then Renegade Rallier. And then Vannifar pods Renegade Rallier into Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel blinks Deceiver Exarch, which untaps Vannifar. And then Vannifar pods Restoration Angel into Kiki-Jiki. And then Kiki-Jiki untaps, or goes infinite with Deceiver Exarch. So this is how we turn 4 lethal. It's so easy with these 3 easy steps. You'll want to hear these 3 easy steps, chat. Valakut players hate them. Yay, magic! Yay! Yay! We did the thing! Yay! Oh, yay, magic! All right. This is a matchup where the fact that I have chosen to register Negate and not Unified Will does hurt me. So I do wish I had a Unified Will. Oh, you know what? There's no Selfless Spirit in this 75. Is there? That's probably a mistake. I should probably have a Selfless Spirit in my 75. The pain clicks extra vibrant on my NyQuil. Well, I hope you feel better, RG. Thanks for dropping in today. No, I definitely want 4 Evos, but there should probably be a spirit somewhere in the 75. I don't know where, but somewhere. Somewhere over do 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 do. I don't think this is a Gaddock Teeg matchup. I don't think this is a Knight of Autumn matchup. I don't think I want Reflector Mage or Path. Spellskite's great because it protects my combo. I think I'm gonna submit like this. You could blink the pod. Randy Bueller wasn't wrong. He was just predicting the future. For we can blink the pod. Remorseful Cleric's fine. I think Remorseful Cleric's fine. Alright, yep. I mean, it's actually a touch awkward that Scryb Ranger's in our opener here, but we should be able to cast it when we untap, so that's nice. Poor little Noble Hierarch. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. Are you proud of yourself? You've killed my Noble Hierarch. Gosh, I can sit here and shuffle my actual birds now. Negate, okay. Was hoping to draw another mana dork there, but we missed. That's a Knight of Autumn, Burgle. Your video is just tiny. It's one Rallier, one Knight of Autumn. Huh. So do I totally just Evo for Pod Mother here, right? That's like 10 out of 10 the line. And then I think we can combo from 2 drops next turn. Next turn I go Wall of Roots, Scryb Ranger combo kill. They all just look like ants. So I'm going to shock this in. I'm going to cast Wall of Roots. Yeah, I believe we're good to go. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Ay. Do. I think I'm in love. No one tell Christy. It makes me feel things. It's just so beautiful. Oh, gosh. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I think we could have actually, I want to talk about something there really quick. So do Magic, here's a question. Do Magic Online replays work? Let's talk through this for a second. So I had Negate in my hand there, and I had Wall of Roots with Prime Speaker Vannifar and 2 lands untapped. I think I could have comboed there with leaving Negate up. So we'd float a mana with Wall of Roots, and then we'd Prime Speaker Vannifar the Wall of Roots into Renegade Rallier, and then the Rallier would get back the Wall of Roots, and then the Wall of Roots would make a second mana, so I'd have 2 floating and 2 lands untapped, and then the 2 floating mana would play Scryb Ranger, and then Scryb Ranger would untap the Vannifar, and then Vannifar would pod Scryb Ranger into Exarch, which would untap Vannifar, and then Vannifar would pod Rallier into Rest of Plane. Yeah, so we actually could have comboed there while leaving Negate up, which is kind of sweet. Does just Scryb Ranger does it too. Yeah, you're right? Because Scryb Ranger, we put Scryb Ranger into play, and then it just like it skips the 1-drop step, right? All right. I wanted to talk about that, because I was thinking we needed them to not have Lightning Bolt, and then they conceded, so they obviously didn't have it, but we actually had them covered through a bolt. I don't have Spellskite in the main, because something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. There's only so many room for bullets. All right, sure, yep, let's do it. Let's do it. Do you have any thoughts on Reflector Mage versus Deputy Detention? So, I thought about that, Burgle, and I ended up, as you can see, I ended up playing Reflector Mage again, right? So, the logic behind me choosing to register Reflector Mage was that Reflector Mage sets them back into their hand, where Deputy of Detentions, if they just bolt the Deputy or kill it, they get right back to where they were. So I think because this deck can be so combo focused, I'd much rather have the guaranteed tempo rather than have the possibility of having it be a permanent removal spell with the liability that they could interact with it and then gain all their tempo back. So I'd rather have the guaranteed tempo, basically, I think. That's my posit, at least. I don't know if that's correct, but that was my line of thought that got me to the place where I ended up at. Four color control. Interesting. Alright, so... Do I just cast Birds of Paradise now that I drew that? Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I could have played Scryb Ranger, bounced the breeding pool, replayed the bird. Yeah, I could play the Scryb Ranger too. I'm not used to Scryb Ranger math. Scryb Ranger math is not my like off the cuff like easy mental math. Like if you don't have a land drop, then this costs one less. Basically, is the math. All right, so each of these count as 2 for Chord, which is why we play them. So these are 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can actually Chord. I can actually Chord for Pod Mom here. I kind of think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I can play Hierarch and Chord for 5, but Chording for 5 doesn't really do anything. I could jam Vannifar this turn, and then Chording for 5 gets me Reveillark, and Reveillark eventually turns into, Alright, who's got 2 thumbs and is not playing around Wrath of God? This guy, right here. Alright, so I'm gonna tap like this, and cast Scryb Ranger. What's going on, New Genesis? Thanks for the 7 months. You think I should Chord for Vannifar? I don't know. I could like jam Van here, right? If I jam Van, I could then plan to Chord for Lark. It was like Lark recovers me. Like the Vannifar's not living, regardless. So if I get like Cryptic commanded here, I think that's a win for me. I'm gonna jam this. I think I'm supposed to jam this. It might be wrong to give them a good Cryptic command target this turn. I could see that argument being reasonable. So the good news is that Cryptic command does send me the read that they don't have Supreme Verdict or a Damnation or anything like that to clear my board this turn. Because if they did, they'd just be like, resolve, untap, Wrath you. That's actually really funny. This does have protection from blue. So blocking Snap and Colonnade is super real. Yes, they get to Teferi me here, which is probably lights out. So I can Chord for 3 here. Chording for 3 doesn't really do anything for me though, right? It's 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can use Scryb Ranger. Oh, gosh, that's dirty. Well, let's do that. Well, let's go. Let's go get Vannifar. Thank you very much. I'm still, like I said, I'm still working on incorporating those lines into my play. I'm sure they have Terminator Path to Exile or whatever, but this is definitely the line. Do they not have anything? Do they not have anything? Because they'd have killed this, right? I think I start by Eldritch Evolutioning my Wall of Roots into... I start by Eldritch Evolutioning my Wall of Roots into Glen Elendra. Alright, well, now I have double counterspell up. So, I guess we do our thing. I guess this is the part where we do the thing. Man, I need some mad circus music to play when we do this. This is hot. This is hot. Quillman, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate it. Little did we know, steady as she goes, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, do I not have enough forest to untap this enough times? No, I'm okay, right? Because I didn't have to pod for the ranger. I'm okay because we didn't have to pod for the ranger. Because Exarch untaps this. Yeah, we're home free. So Exarch untaps this. And then this turns into Resto, blink the Exarch, untap, get Kiki-Jiki. Oh my god, I clicked the wrong one! Oh no! Oh no, I blinked the pod! Oh no! Oh no! Why? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we were so good! We were doing so well, chat! We were doing so well! Alright, whew! In the words of the greatest poet of our generation, we just gotta shake it off. Lord Addendum, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Listen, I'm talking and clicking at the same time, and none of this is second nature. So I needed to blink Exarch. So they were dead there. I needed to blink Exarch, use Exarch to untap the pod. I thought I was on, in my head I was on the Exarch trigger, when in reality I was on the Restoration Angel trigger that needed to target the Exarch. So if the Angel targets the Exarch untaps the Mom, and then Mom pods Resto into Kiki and we combo. So that was good stuff. So I'm gonna give the deck a W there, but I'm gonna move on because I'm not playing 2 games from behind against 4-color control because that sounds miserable. I would like the record to reflect that the line was there, but I am not capable of executing it properly while talking. Chat is an unfair advantage, but we don't stop you from misclicking. Right, Testy? Yeah, they had Teferi in place. They just like tuck my Glen and then do stuff. Yeah, we just can't 5-0 with the deck. I don't want my deck to get banned, chat. Come on now. I think I'm actually playing this in passing because I just want to draw the land that's on top of my deck. God, could you imagine this hand with the flipping flipping London Mulligan rule? I just get to have 7 and like shuffle this Reveillark back into my stupid deck and play my burn on 1. How much infinitely better would that be? Just unreasonably so. Just be way, way better. The London Mulligan is that you'll always mulligan to 7, and then you pick cards out of your hand to put back into your deck afterwards. It's much, much more elegant. Hey, content. Thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's like a Hearthstone mulligan. No, it's not. You mulligan your entire hand. So if you don't like your 7, you get a new 7. And then if you like the new 7, you put 1 card back for every mulligan you took. Yeah, that's just bad logic, Brennan, I think. I know that was the knee-jerk reaction from many, myself included, but there's so many good hate cards in a format like Modern. Like, there's going to be plenty of interaction on both sides. And what all it actually means is that people actually just get to play more Magic. It means the combo decks do their thing more often, and the interactive decks that are good are going to have their interaction more often. The only decks that are really going to suffer from the London Mulligan are bad decks that can't interact. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they don't have a removal spell, they're dead. Assuming I can click through. Assuming I'm gonna go slowly so I don't mess up here. But if they don't have a removal spell, they are dead from this board state. Vannifar plus 1 drop kills them. Vannifar plus 1 drop plus 2 forests. You explicitly need 2 forests to combo because you need 2 things to bounce to return Scryb Ranger to play. Or to activate Scryb Ranger twice. So I untap this. Then we go get Deceiver Exarch. That's true. You can make a land drop. That is very true. So now this turns into Deceiver Exarch. And then Exarch untaps Mom. And then Prime Speaker turns this into Restoration Angel. Yeah, this is the part I misclicked last time. So Restoration Angel's trigger targets Deceiver Exarch, and then Exarch's trigger targets Prime Speaker. This is what I messed up in the last game. Last game I had this target Prime Speaker, and then I died because I'm an idiot. Nice spell queller is such an apt comment at the moment. Just like, oh, you thought you were gonna have a spell to counter, huh? Thought you were gonna have a spell to counter. Weird. No spells to counter here. Please cast Reflector Mage after going off to give the spell queller a chance. I can't tell if they have a path and they're in the tank or if they're just salty. It's a shame. I'm actually 1 mana short of being able to chord for... What's it called here? There probably should be a Spellskite in my main deck. Sure. I did play my land for the turn, Burgle. I replayed the Breeding Pool. Because I'd used Scryb Ranger twice. Maybe they thought they could blink my pod. But Restoration Angel only blinks creatures you control. Glorybringer is going to come in this matchup, actually. This is the Glorybringer matchup. Glory, hallelujah. Powerful dragons blowing through ya. That long tank there makes me feel like they definitely don't have a path. Yes, so now Exarch, untapped Pod Mom. It is worth noting, Burgle, that if we had Village Bellringer instead of Exarch, I would be able to have enough mana here, but it looks like it just doesn't matter, which I think is going to be the case a lot of the time. All right, so this is a Staticaster Glorybringer matchup for sure. Spellskite matchup. I'm pretty sure I want my paths. This is an Eldritch Evolution out matchup because you really don't want to get this spell counterspelled. Scavenging Ooze is not good. Is it Kitchen Finks out matchup? I think this is a Kitchen Finks out matchup, huh? Just like it doesn't block really. And I'm boarding out the Eldritch Evolutions. Yeah, Kitchen Finks is like fine against aggressive decks, but only if it's like they have like things you're doing inside of combat. I wonder if Remorseful Cleric's fine, just like a 2/1 flyer. Probably not. No, I don't have a Skite in the main, and that might be wrong. It might be right to fit the Skite into the main. This is probably a matchup where I don't need Knight of Autumn. Put the Cleric in as just a random flying blocker. No, so I think I want Selfless Spirit in the 75, but I'm pretty confident I want Remorseful Cleric too. You like the life gain off of Knight. That's meaningful. Yeah, that's probably true. It does randomly kill Vial too. Yeah, I don't think I want to cut any of these other things. Like this. I could cut Lark. It's expensive. It's expensive and they're not killing my things. I'm gonna do that. I know it's a flying blocker, but like I've got 4 restos and I'm boarding in a Glorybringer. So just like trimming the expensive stuff seems fine. I don't remember who came up with Fairy Pod Mother either, but it is A+, excellent. I have never once wanted Woodland Bellower in my deck, so I'm not sure why. I'm not sure the appeal of having access to that card. But basically, of all the builds I've looked at, this build plays the least bad cards, and that was basically my goal when building this deck. I just like wanted to cut all of the bad cards. I know, Burgle, right? Sometimes you're just like, well, this is a Kiki Chord hand. And, like, just having a bunch of Restoration Angels is going to be good in this matchup. Like, they get into combat and they brawl real well. There are 3 Grove of the Burnwillows in our deck, because we really don't care about their health total, because we combo kill them most of the time. Probably. I don't think so, Burgle. I think multiple restos are just good here. Yeah, you can find a Teamer Vannifar deck on my website under standard decks. It's not a combo deck like in Modern, obviously, but it's toolboxy and has a lot of fun tricks. They boarded in Thalia. Alright, sorry. I mean, it's... Why would you board in Thalia? We don't really have... I mean, I get that we're a combo deck, I guess, but we don't really have non-creature... I mean, I'm gonna Reflector Mage it, because it's like... maybe I'm even supposed to leave it just because it's a 2-1 on the ground. Yeah, I should... I don't know. I just want to tax their mana. I just want to tax their mana, I think. Yeah, that's fair. It might just be a main deck card. It's a fair assessment. We play Magic Online generally every day to start my stream. So, Magic Online is an application that has access to an entire catalog of Magic's history of cards. So, we play Magic's older formats on here, usually to start most streams. Alright, so I was just going to start jamming these Restoration Angels down their throat. But I think because I drew the Spellskite, I'd be like a monocle conservative here and just like get that into play so they can't like path my Angels or my Reflector Mages. Is that worthwhile? I guess if they path my first one, I kind of don't mind. But I could go like Spellskite, Bird, Fetch, Shockland, tapped here, which is nice. I think I want to go Spellskite, Bird, Fetch, Shockland, tapped. Yeah, if you've never tuned in this early before, usually we get to Magic Arena about 9:30 or so, depending on how long the matches are taking. This Misty Rainforest is going to fetch a red source, probably Stomping Ground. So that way we have triple red to cast Kiki-Jiki should we draw the Freaky Goblin. Freaky Kiki, doo 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 boo doo 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 doo. Declaration in Stone. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a modern legal spell. Hey, Gurman, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yeah, we have one Eternal Witness, so you can still full combo with the Chord. It is currently 8:40 in the morning for me. So we'll attack for 3 here, and then I'm just gonna second main phase, Resto, blink my Reflector Mage. I just want to get my Restoration Angel into play, and the Reflector Mage blinked without them having the ability to path to exile me. And this time we're gonna leave the Thalia in play, because I really don't care about the Thalia while I have a 2/3 in play. Hey, Negative. Well, thanks for the 7 months of Prime. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just blink their bigger spirit here. They're more expensive spirit, notably. This gets bigger when more spirits come into play, but I'd rather tax their mana more with this Reflector Mage play. They're just gonna replay whatever I bounce here, Burgle, so I just want to bounce their more expensive things. I don't really care about the Chord in my hand. Fairy Pod Mother. It's the Fairy Pod Mother, chat. So they're not just dead, chat. This counters my spell unless I pay 2, and this makes Chord cost 1 more. So I think the line here is attack with Reflector Mage and see what happens. And then we can play Bird plus a 4-drop this turn. They could have, like, a cheeky rattle chains here, but I don't really care about that. They could, like, block with Wanderer, flash in rattle chains, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Alright, so I'm definitely playing a Bird of Paradise here. And the question becomes, do I want to jam Podmom? I think I want to just jam Podmom. Sure. They have a Reflector Mage here of their own. Do I block to force action on their part? If I block, they're forced to do something, right? They're forced to, like, play a spirit. And if they play a spirit, they can't path to exile me. And if they can't path to exile me, they're dead. They have updated the UI in MTGO. It's called Magic Arena. Alright, so they're dead. Good game. Here. Good. GG! Now let's be very, very careful and not mess up again, chat. Let's be very, very careful and not mess up again. Alright. Get Scryb Ranger. It's really weird to me whenever people come in and are like, why don't they update MTGO? It's like, well, they did. It's called Magic Arena. They spent a lot of time and energy updating it, in fact. And I don't even have to worry about, like, surgical extraction here because they have Thalia in play. Do 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 do. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping playing this deck today was gonna be a dumpster fire, so that way I would be convinced never to touch it again. This has been the opposite of a dumpster fire. Yeah, there's probably more efficient lines to combo here, but I've already misclicked once today, so I'm just gonna stick to what I know. Just gonna stick to what we know. This line always works. Let's just do the line that works. I need to commit this line to muscle memory. The default line is not in my muscle memory yet, and it needs to be. Have not executed enough. You could probably get by without Misties in this deck. You could play, like, Flooded Strains and Windswept Heaths and stuff like that. Did they fix Wall of Roots? No, of course not. Wall of Roots has only been broken for 3 years, chat. 3 years. Yeah, definitely Black Dragon. There were less Mortifies when the format first started, right? Yeah, after the point where my opponent conceded last game was you blink Exarch untaps Vannifar, and then Vannifar turns Resto into Kiki-Jiki, and then Kiki-Jiki and Deceiver Exarch go infinite. They discarded Loam Thug. Can we beat Dredge? I guess it depends on how quickly. I guess it depends how quickly they draw Conflagrate, right? We can cast turn 3 card. Yeah, the problem with trying to race the Dredge deck is that they have Conflagrate, which interacts with our combo, and like their decks will think probably a little bit more consistent than what we're doing. I'd bet large money it's direct to modern stuff, Bikes. I thought we were done with modern master sets. I like how they're like done with modern master sets, immediately announced another modern master set. Does it have masters in the name? There's the real big brain play. All right, they Conflagrate, so we can concede now. Ooh, it's actual MSRP. Ooh, sorry. MSRP doesn't exist. Sorry, MSRP doesn't exist anymore. All right, so Spellskite, Teeg, extra. Remorseful Cleric. I think the negates are good. Eldritch Evolution's great. This is probably a Chord of Calling out matchup. Yeah, of course all the Artifact people left. They're trying to make money from content. You're never gonna make money from content playing Artifact. That game's dead. Their Twitter hasn't even posted in like 2 months. The game's super dead. I think Staticaster's better than Glen. See, I guess I'm never potting for Glen. I'm always potting for Graveyard Hate. So I guess that's fair. You think Staticaster's worth having in my deck? I feel like I'd rather just have Kitchen Finkses because they pot better. Like, the question I have to ask myself, Burgle, like, is this a card I want to draw? Because, like, I'm never tutoring for this card. So, like, is this a card I want to have in my deck that I'm going to draw? I feel like is the question I want to ask. And I think the answer to that question is no. Well, I'm still at 61 here. Do I trim restos? Maybe it's better than the 4th resto. So I'm never winning via Fair Magic in this matchup. What do we think of this? I think I like this. This is 60. I think I like this. Let's give this a try. This is one of the many matchups where Sir Teaglesworth is subtly an all-star just because he locks them off of being able to cast Conflagrate because that is an excellence cost. I just can't keep this hand in good conscience rate. Just doesn't do anything. Deal. In. I mean, I'll probably be streaming past the WotC announcement. The WotC announcement's probably like 2 or 3 o'clock my time, right? Usually I stream till at least 4. 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. Too Pacific. Alright, yeah, I'll still be on at that point. Well, if you want to talk about good possible starts, yeah, I'm playing in the NRG tournament this weekend. I actually just had one of my subs, Danon, sent me the Teamer deck in the mail, so I'm playing Teamer Climb. Modern is canceled. Goodbye. That's interesting. All right, well, let's punish them for being conservative. Drawing sideboard cards ends up being good against Dredge. News at 11. They have a dark blast in their bin. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this Remorseful Cleric here. It gets double looting, an Amalgam, and a Creeping Chill. I think I just go ahead and Cleric here. I think this deck seems super reasonable. Thanks to Paris. So how conservative do I be here? I think I just Prime Speaker, right? And just like threaten to kill them next turn? Add main, thanks for the 25 months, I appreciate it. The problem with playing Pod Mom is that if they hit, they have 4 shots that another Conflagrate. Now I think I just shock this in and play the bird. Like I basically can't lose with the Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna go land bird. There's no reason to make them have it here. Yeah, that's the motto when we're playing terrible garbage decks. I don't think there's any reason to not. I don't think there's any reason to make them have it here. With the setup I have here. Put a stop on their upkeep here in case they hit something I want to exile. Do I want to exile Faithless Looting? Do I want to exile Faithless Looting? I don't think I do. Hey, Dinker Dude, thanks for the 2 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me employed here. This is a concession lockup. Do they know they're dead? Or is Moto just being Moto? Yeah, okay. God bless. They know. They understand they are dead to the birthing bomb. Vakrian, thank you for the 2-month resub as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And Terminator, thanks for the Prime, folks. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. I appreciate it. Lord of the Pearl Trident, thanks for checking in for the 6th month in a row. I think I'm happy with how I've sideboarded. Let's run it back. Come back now, y'all. Yep. Okie doke. Opponent kept 1 land apparently with Conflagrate. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. Just get the Scooze pass. Wall of Roots plus Scavenging Ooze is so good against Dredge because Wall of Roots makes a mana on my turn and their turn. So you just, like, turbo through their stuff real quick. Are they conceding? Opponent kept a kind of mediocre hand there. Our start was okay, but their hand was just real bad. If they'd had a good hand, we might have been in trouble. Although I guess if they'd have had a really explosive start, I could have evolution for Remorseful Cleric on 2 and, like, been in the game. This deck is kinda just good against linear decks. It feels like, because our combo's really easy to put together. It's literally Vannifar plus creature. And then against the decks that are kind of faster than us, we have a bunch of tutors to find hate cards. Don't think about your Magic cards as investments. The question you should ask yourself before you buy Magic the Gathering cards is, will I get X dollars worth of fun out of this purchase? If the answer is yes, then make the purchase. If the answer is no, don't make the purchase. As to the more specifics of your question, will Sultai still be good with the next set release? I have no idea. I am really terrible at predicting the future. The page for this deck on my website that we're going to link. Modern, high potential, 4-color pod. This page describes the combo. Yeah, I could have attacked for 1, but it doesn't matter, so I prioritize keep not getting a counter on my Wall of Roots. Yeah, so if they don't have any interaction here, they're dead. Because that's how our deck works. So if they don't interact with our board or kill us this turn, they're dead on our 4th turn. They're still dead through Ensnaring Bridge. Especially since I combo with Deceiver Exarch. Yeah, nice prison deck. Alright, so let's go slowly so I don't misclick this. Like I've been known to do. So Scryb Ranger. Untap you, bounce this, replay my land. They're auto-passing, so it looks like they're dead. Renegade Rallier gets back Scryb Ranger. Scryb Ranger untaps Podmom. Podmom turns Scryb Ranger into Deceiver Exarch. Deceiver Exarch untaps Podmom. Podmom turns Renegade Rallier into Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel blinks Deceiver Exarch. Deceiver Exarch untaps Podmom. Podmom turns Restoration Angel into Kiki-Jiki. Kiki-Jiki combos with Deceiver Exarch. So you combo kill from non-summoning sick Vannifar, 1 mana creature. Two forests, technically. 1-ish forest, because you can replay it in the middle. But yeah, it's real clean. Yeah, if they had 0 cards, the knight could grab the bridge. That is correct. This is not a Lark matchup. This is not a Reflector Mage matchup. This is not a Kitchen Finks matchup. This is a Kataki War's Wage matchup. This is a Spellskite matchup. I kind of like all the spells that are in my deck at the moment, so I'm thinking not. Not really viable. People have tooled around with like Hall of the Bandit Warlord and Rhythm of the Wild, but I think those cards are just too low quality to be worth having in your deck. They did have, what's it called? Thopter Sword, so maybe Staticaster is worthwhile. Good morning, Anner. This deck's really good, by the way, Anner. I think Teeg is not good enough because I think my Chord of Callings are better than their Wurs. I think my chords are better than their Wurs. This deck might not have enough ways to kill Grafdigger's Cage as it's built right now. I think that's very possible. Need to cut one more card here. I'm not sure my resto, because we're not really on the fair plan. Yeah, I think it's a good way to look at it, Nivik. Our chords win games, theirs just delay losses. Sand's fine. I'd like a 1-mana dork in every hand, but that's just not possible, obviously. A Deputy of Detention. So, I kept Reflector Mage in over Deputy, but maybe I do just want both. I could see wanting both being correct. What is with our opponents keeping one-landers? Maybe the rest of their hand is nuts. Alright, so I'm going to chord for Kataki here. Go. Can I put this towards a bonus Modern League? Thank you for the 14 months, Tanner. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I can't do a second Modern League today. When we get closer to, and I'll let you know on Discord, when we get closer to the new set release next month, I'm planning to do a couple of Modern and Moto only days, so that way I can work through the queue, so that way I can then do Standard only days after that. But for the sake of my numbers, I do need to only do one Modern League a day. So I think I just skews here. Yeah, usually I do one Legacy League a week. Usually I do 4 Modern, 1 Legacy each week. to start things off. Honestly, with this negate, we might just kill them in 4 turns with the creatures I have. Play a vintage league on your birthday. Maybe. If you'd be okay. Shav, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. If, for you, Nivik, because you have a crown, I could probably be convinced to do an offline vintage video for you for YouTube. The problem with trying to do vintage on live is that we just wait too long in the queue. Yeah, do I just play Vannifar here? Actually, I can play Vannifar, still hold up Negate off of the Wall of Roots, and then next turn I can Evo for Knight and kill the Sorcerer's Spyglass. As my sub numbers keep rising, you've considered reducing deck submissions. So when the deck queue gets too long, I reject decks a little bit more aggressively based on the quality of the contents or how funny they look. But I don't want to restrict decks per person because people who donate more get their decks played sooner. So, yeah. All right, sweet. Well, do arena matches in between while you wait. Mixed content like that also doesn't have good viewer numbers. How do you get a crown? Crowns are $1,000 worth of bits. So we 4-1'd, and the match that we lost, I conceded because I misclicked in game 1 and just didn't want to play the match anymore. I don't know that we eat it to Phoenix. I think if we have Path to Exile, you're probably okay there. So, part of the reason why we haven't had to do a queue freeze outbreak is I'm able to play more standard decks more quickly. So, standard, because I can play them for, 60 to 90 minutes, and arena is just such a faster rate of play that I play 30 standard decks a week now, whereas previously with modern, I'd struggle to do 20 or even 25, if that. You can find full details on my deck submission process on my website here. So this deck, I'm not going to put in the energy to do it now. I'll probably think about it this weekend. I want a Deputy of Detention. Maybe, if I can search. I might have spelled that wrong. I want a Deputy of Detention. Detention, if I could spell it all. I want a Deputy of Detention in the 75. I think I want Spellskite in the main. I think there's probably a good chance this Glorybringer is too cute. I wanted a Selfless Spirit in the 75. Maybe the Selfless Spirit's better in the main deck than Spellskite. So like those are like 3 things I want to consider making fit in here somewhere, and like talking through why I want them. I need to sit down and like think and look at the ins and outs for different matchups so I can like make educated and informed decisions about what I want to put into where. But I've been really impressed with this deck. We've played 10 matches with it now, and not only has it felt powerful, but I've also had a lot of fun playing it. It's also just a good fun deck that's doing things that I enjoy doing. Yeah, Negate could be Unified Will. Negate's better against control decks, but it's pretty marginal either way. Unified Will is probably better in the sideboard. This deck is doing a lot of the sweet things I liked doing with Kiki Chord when that deck was playable in Modern, but on top of that, it's also just has these combo kills there. When you need to Modern people, this deck can Modern people, right? Like if you watch that league, we played against a bunch of boring linear Modern decks, but our deck just has the ability to just kill them, and we were able to interact with them a little bit and then set up our very easy combo kill of just put Prime Speaker into play and kill them. So, yeah. This deck is on my website, so you can find the past league on it there if you didn't watch it before. I'll put some thought into where I want the slots to go in this deck, and then I'll update the list on my website when I do that and probably tweet about it as well. I think Shalai is kind of bad. I think Spellskite, Selfless Spirit, Glen, Elendra, these are all tools that are more flexible than Shalai, and having more 4-mana creatures tends to be a little clunky. Alright, what are we doing? On to Standard and Arena? Let's play some video games. I had fun playing this, which again, I think it just means I need to be more selective about the Modern decks that I take in, just because there are games that I enjoy in Modern. It's just getting beat over the head playing bad decks in Modern just ain't what it used to be. Just ain't what it used to be. And because Moto's quality software, I'm gonna export this to another text list, because Moto randomly doesn't save the changes to your deck list when you make them. Yeah, if you sign in using your Twitch account when you buy a quip at that bit.ly/HugelQuip, you can bump a deck in the queue by 25 points when you do that, as a thank you for checking out the sponsor. Because that's so some of my sponsors just per month, but Quip, I get a kickback per brush that gets sold. So to encourage people to check them out and pick up a brush. Their cheapest brush is $25, so if you spend $25 on a brush there, you can bump something in the queue by 25 points. So get a good product, bump something here. It's a win-win, really. Think about adding Dive Down and Infect. I don't know that you really need another Blossoming Defense. Like, you have Vines of the Vastwood and Blossoming Defense, so it's probably fine.